Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. So, I've been getting a lot of questions regarding emotional support animals, therapy dogs, and service dogs. So, starting out, I want to say, and most of you know how passionate I am about training therapy dogs and service dogs and emotional support animals. Before I put my name on your dog, it needs to be flawless. It needs to be able to provide what it is supposed to provide with no hesitation. So, we'll start with an emotional support animal. What you need for that is a letter from your mental health care physician, not your primary care physician. Primary care providers are not allowed to diagnose mental disorders or provide you the counseling for a mental health disorder. So, see your mental health care provider and get a letter if you think that an emotional support animal would benefit you. A lot of people ask, are the letters online legal? No, absolutely not. So, those people online have never met you. They don't know anything about your life. They don't know how an emotional support animal would benefit you. So go to your mental health care provider, get a letter. We can start training after that. So an emotional support animal can do two things. They can live with you without paying fees, and they can fly with you without paying fees. They're not allowed in public, and they're not allowed to do therapy dog or service dog things. They are strictly to provide emotional support for you. So now as we move on to the therapy dogs are made to provide comfort to other people. So hospitals, schools, care homes is where you'll see the therapy dogs. They need to be exposed to a wide range of the environment, different things happening. They need to be able to go somewhere and 100% they're going to do their job without hesitation. So what I do with my therapy and service dogs, they're with me between 6 to 8 months because I'm putting my name on those dogs, and those dogs actually are in public and they need to behave like a service animal or a therapy animal. So a therapy animal is not covered under the Americans with Disability Act, so the ADA. So they cannot go into public places unless they're training. And then they have to go into a lot of different places and be put in a lot of different situations for them to be able to tolerate them when you're out. And now we can move on to a service dog. A service dog is as high as you get. They are protected by the ADA laws. They can fly with you. They can provide you with emotional support, but they're trained with specific tasks that you need. So, for example, Roman is my service dog, and his tasks are he will turn around and cover and watch everything behind me. So I know I'm watching everything in front of me. He's watching everything behind me. He also has a block command, which makes him stand about 2 feet in front of me to block me from like a crowd of people. And also he will do a circle around me. So if you're in line and somebody's really close to you, you can tell your dog circle, and people will immediately back up because a dog is coming. And so that's where that goes. They are allowed in public. The only 2 questions somebody can ask you about your service dog is this a service dog? Yes or no? Okay. What tasks does your dog perform? And then that's when you would say they do the block, they do the cover. So don't tell somebody your disability or feel like you have to tell somebody your disability. It's strictly like what tasks. And there are some places, actually a lot of places that I've heard that they're not even allowed to ask somebody if it's a service dog. So I'm very passionate about service animals because there are people in Jackson, unfortunately, that put a service dog vest on a dog and call it a service dog. And so it goes in public and it has no manners. It doesn't behave well. It has no extensive training. So for a service dog in my group, they need to be able to tolerate everything. They need to not sniff the ground or other things. They aren't allowed to, pretty much they're not allowed to act like a dog in public with their vest on. When they're home, it's completely different. And a lot of people have asked me that too. So if I make my dog a service dog, I am afraid that they won't get to be a dog. My dog acts completely different when he has his vest on from when he doesn't. And with therapy and service dogs, it is a requirement to be Canine Good Citizen certified through the AKC to get your further certifications. So the therapy dog, they have a test that they take, and I prepare my clients for that test, and then they take the test, and then they're a registered therapy dog. Then you go to a service dog. So a service dog, there is no registry for a service dog. So don't go online and say like, oh yes, I want to register my service dog and get like the ID with the picture and all of that. So that is not legal. And unfortunately, a lot of people do impersonate service dogs. And now, thank goodness, it's actually illegal to impersonate a service dog. So your dogs need to be flawless before they go out. An emotional support dog is working for you at your house. It does not have the same coverage from ADA as a service dog does. So what you would need to do is to figure out what you need your dog to do for you. And then from there, you can figure out if you need an emotional support animal, a service dog, or do you just want to take your dog places to make people happy? So if you guys have any questions on this, let me know. A lot of people get emotional support animals and service dogs mixed up and think that an emotional support dog can go with you into stores as well, and it can't. Legally, it cannot. So the person will ask you, is this a service dog? And you'll have to say no, it's an emotional support animal. And then they can ask you to leave. So if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. If you guys want to inquire about training service dogs, therapy dogs, emotional support animals, let me know, and we'll go over it in more detail so you know exactly what's going on. So, all right, guys, have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.